All right, so question 100. Many people have difficulty locating the decimal point in the answer to a problem like 5 tenths or 16 divided by 5 tenths. So remember when we say this, we always start inside the box. So this is 16 divided by 0.5 or 16 divided by 5 tenths. Use your answer to part B of problem 39 to rewrite 16 divided by 0.5 with whole numbers. All right, so I want to show you this. Make sure this makes a little bit of sense. See if I can blow that up a little bit. All right, so if we have a problem like this, couple things. First of all, I want to show you why this works, and I'm going to show you what to do. So this is really this idea of 16 divided by 5 tenths. All right, because remember we read this from inside out, so 16 divided by 5 tenths. When it's in a fraction form, we read from top to bottom, 16 divided by 5 tenths. So we want to get something so we have whole numbers here. We get rid of this decimal. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to multiply this by 10. And if I multiply the bottom by 10, I have to also multiply the top by 10. And you might be saying, why would you multiply by 10? Because when I multiply something by 10, the decimal slides one spot to the right. If you don't believe me, then 10 times 0.5. 5 times 0 is 0. 5 times 1 is 5. We have one decimal spot in the problem. There it is. So slide that one decimal to the right, one spot to the right, and we get 5 or 5.0, however you want to think about it. Notice it's the same thing. So I slid my decimal one spot to the right, so it's now 5. Same thing here, 16 times 10. All right, we can slide it one decimal spot to the right. So in 16, here's a decimal. I have to move it one spot to the right because I'm multiplying by 10. So we have to have to 0 for a placeholder. So really, this is 160 divided by 5. But notice why this happens. Because I multiplied top and bottom by 10. So here's what we do with problems like this. Outside, we slide our decimal one spot to the right to make it a whole number 5. So inside, we have to slide it one spot to the right. And then we need that placeholder here. So this is really now 160 divided by 5, which is what we have here, 160 divided by 5. Now it wants us to do long division to answer this. All right, well, let's see. So I'm taking this, 160 divided by 5, 160, and we're going to do some long division. We're going to divide that by 5. Remember, the top number always goes inside the box. 5 doesn't go into 1, but 5 goes into 16 3 times. So that's 15. Subtract, and I get 1. Drop down my 0. 5 goes into 10 twice with no remainder. So my long division answer for this is 32. The key to this, though, is noticing. Let me give myself a little more room here. Get rid of this. And then blow this up so you can see this. This is the whole key to this problem, is this idea that if I have a decimal outside as I am trying to divide, so remember this was my original problem. So what I just did, I slid my decimal one spot to the right outside, so now I got to move my decimal one spot to the right inside. So we slide it over to the right. So now this problem really becomes 160 divided by 5, which is what we had here. And remember why we're doing this. We're really multiplying both of these by 10. Okay, this is the huge piece of this problem.